What if laziness is a lie? Not just a word, but a trap. Not a weakness of the flesh, but a blindness of the will. You are not lazy. No man is truly lazy. But many are chained by confusion, by fear, by comfort that slowly becomes poison. And what they call laziness is simply what remains when a man loses direction. You feel it, that aching stillness after you've done nothing, that slow erosion of your own respect. You scroll for hours, make promises you don't keep, and sleep, not because you're tired, but because you're afraid to start. And yet something in you still stirs. A flame, faint but unextinguished. This is that flame's moment. This is a reckoning, a confrontation with the part of you that no one sees, but that rules your days in silence. If you're tired of being comforted and ready to be called out, rebuilt, and reforged, subscribe to help more people get clarity through the reach. Here are the 10 Stoic ways to break the illusion of laziness and awaken the disciplined titan beneath your fatigue. Not with hacks, with truth. Let us begin. Number 1. Define what must be done, then cut everything else. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Seneca. Laziness begins where clarity ends. The undisciplined man thinks he lacks drive, but what he truly lacks is direction. You cannot summon the will to move if you do not know where you are going. Winston Churchill wasn't always heroic. Before war, he drifted. It was Hitler's rise that gave him total clarity. Amazon nearly collapsed in 2000, but a relentless focus on long-term dominance pulled it from the grave. The Stoic doesn't ask, "What do I feel like doing today?" He asks, "What must I become in 10 years, and what earns that becoming?" Everything else is eliminated, not negotiated. You're not lazy, you're lost in options. Cut them until only the mission remains. Then your feet will move, not from hype, but from necessity. Number 2, don't wait to feel ready. Begin ugly, begin small, begin now. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. The laziest hours are not spent in beds, but in minds filled with overthinking. Perfectionism is the thief of momentum. You are not lazy, you are afraid to be seen starting small. To be seen without polish. But greatness begins undignified. Barack Obama's campaign started in living rooms. Tesla was laughed at. Airbnb was ridiculed for renting out air mattresses. Julius Caesar was once just a name until he acted. Not perfectly, but boldly. Action clarifies identity. Your job is not to build a masterpiece on day one. Your job is to lift your hand, move your fingers, open the document, and plant the seed. The forest comes later. The fire starts now. Number 3. Rituals over motivation. Always. You become what you give your attention to. Epictetus. The undisciplined man worships motivation. He chases lightning, hoping it strikes. But the Stoic does not wait for storms. He builds a schedule and becomes the storm. Barack Obama starts his day early, no matter what. Tim Cook of Apple wakes at 3:45 a.m. Genghis Khan rode into battle at sunrise. Every day. They are not disciplined because they feel like it. They are disciplined because they do not debate with themselves. Decide once, do it forever. Even if it's ugly, even if it's short, even if it's done in silence while the world sleeps. You will become what you repeatedly do. So craft a ritual, one you perform even when sick, even when afraid, even when no one is watching. Because discipline is not loud. It is a whisper heard only by those who stay long enough to listen. Number 4. Make temptation costly. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. The undisciplined man loses because he is surrounded by cheap sin. Notifications, sugar, lust, excuses. They cost nothing, and that is why they control everything. But the Stoic knows the path to freedom is paid in advance. Not just with effort, but with walls. Benjamin Franklin placed himself under a strict moral ledger, tracking every vice, penalizing every slip. Alexander the Great restricted his own indulgences while building the largest empire of the ancient world. If temptation is near, discipline will be distant. So make failure painful. Uninstall the app. Lock the fridge. Cancel the subscription. Destroy access. Don't rely on willpower. Build traps for your weaker self until your stronger self arrives. Number 5. Become a steward of your time like a king guards his throne. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Marcus Aurelius. You are not lazy. You are just leaking life. Scroll by scroll, hour by hour. You think you lack time? No, you waste it. The Stoic counts minutes like gold coins. Napoleon Bonaparte carried a pocket notebook to guard every moment. Angela Merkel read scientific journals in between global summits. Netflix doesn't just steal your time, it banks on it. Disney sells escape. Google sells your attention. Facebook feeds on your soul. You are the currency. Take it back. Audit your hours. Carve out sacred time. No devices, no distractions. Not for rest, for building. Because the man who masters his time owns his world. Number 6. Train the body like it's the soldier of the mind. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. The undisciplined man believes mindset is enough. But the Stoic knows the mind is a general. The body is the army. And if the army is weak, the war is lost. Every great empire was built on the back of physical discipline. Genghis Khan could ride 60 miles without stopping. Theodore Roosevelt boxed while governing. Vladimir Putin trains in martial arts even while commanding a nation. Because the flesh must learn hardship. Your laziness is not in your soul, it is in your sedentary habits. Move. Every day, not for abs, for dominance. Sweat until excuses drown, strain until stillness feels unnatural. You are not meant to rot in chairs and digital echo chambers. You are meant to fight. Train like war is near, because it is, and it starts inside. These are not motivational slogans. They are mental weapons. They are how a man carves freedom from chaos. Number 7. Learn to work through inner resistance, not around it. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Marcus Aurelius. You wake up tired, you say, I'll start tomorrow. You open the file, then the doubt creeps in. Who am I to write this? This won't matter. This won't work. That is resistance. It is not a voice of reason, it is a saboteur. A whisper born in fear, dressed in logic. The Stoic doesn't wait to feel brave. He moves anyway. Abraham Lincoln led through civil war while being crushed by depression. He didn't work around it. He walked through it. Every empire builder from Disney to Tesla learned to dance with discomfort. So write with doubt. Speak while afraid. Show up while unprepared. Your resistance is not a stop sign. It is a compass. Walk in the direction it tries to push you from, and you will find discipline waiting with open arms. Number 8. Kill the need to be understood. Don't waste the rest of your time here worrying about what people say, unless it has to do with the public good. It will keep you from doing anything useful. Marcus Aurelius. Many men stall because they're secretly performing. Performing for approval, performing for likes, performing for those who abandoned them long ago. You are not lazy, you are addicted to being seen. The Stoic breaks this drug. He detaches from applause. He chooses truth over trend. Julius Caesar was hated by the Senate. Napoleon was feared by kings. Tesla mocked by the world. Yet each acted with force because their validation came from within. You don't need understanding, you need progress. Let them misunderstand you, let them doubt. Your clarity will terrify them anyway. Because when a man stops performing, he becomes something rare, unstoppable. Number 9. Do one hard thing at the same time every day, no matter what. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Seneca. Your day is not meant to be managed, it is meant to be mastered. The Stoic does not drift. He dominates one sacred task, daily, without fail. This is his anchor, his proof of control. Barack Obama carved out uninterrupted reading time, even during war. Angela Merkel scheduled daily walks to think clearly amid crisis. Alexander the Great wrote letters before dawn. You want to kill laziness? Then build one sacred ritual. Same time, same task, every day, no matter what. Do it until your mind bends to your will, until your bones rise before your alarm. This is not discipline for its own sake. This is discipline as dominion, over chaos, over weakness, over time. Number 10. Make the consequences of inaction louder than the fear of action. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. You think inaction is neutral, but every day you delay, something dies. Your respect, your confidence, your momentum. The Stoic amplifies this truth until it screams. He imagines what will never happen if he waits. He sees his family suffer, he sees his legacy fade, he sees his name forgotten. This pain, he makes it louder than the fear of failing. That is how change begins. That is how the undisciplined man transforms. Not with shallow motivation, but with the fire of urgency. You do not have time, and that is exactly why you must begin. Now. Not when you're ready, not when it's safe, now. You've heard all 10 ways. They were not spoken as suggestions, but as ancient weapons. Because your laziness is not a flaw, it is a symptom, a message. And that message has been read. Now it is time to answer. You've reached the final gate, the last echo in the mind of the man who has confronted his own chains and is ready to tear them apart. The weak man waits for permission. The disciplined man builds without it. You are not lazy. You are a lion asleep in velvet chains. But lions were not made for cages. They were made for storms, for hunger, for hunt. And so are you. You are not here to scroll. You are not here to escape. You are here to rise. Not once, but daily. Even when it hurts. Even when it's silent. Even when no one notices. Because the Stoic does not build for applause. He builds because he must. He builds because the world will not give him meaning. So he creates it. From stone, from fire, from discipline. So now ask yourself, which of the 10 disciplines will you master first? Comment it below. Not for me, for you, for the part of you that needs to hear it spoken aloud. And if this struck something deep, a truth you've buried, a standard you forgot, a flame you thought had died, subscribe. Because what comes next will not be easier. It will be harder, sharper, stronger. The kind of truth that doesn't just inspire you, it forges you.